Ross is going to have a lot to say about this one. I can already see it on his face. Ross is going to have a lot to say. Jackson Chourio, and he's sitting in the AA affiliate for the Milwaukee Brewers. He was born in Venezuela. He is 18 years old, already in AA. I'm going to say that again. 18 years old, already in AA. And Ross, I know you are a big fan. I know Scout the Statline is a big fan. I will touch on Jackson here for just a little bit. So 2021, once again, 17-year-old season, had 159 at-bats in the DSL, the Dominican Summer League. He had 5 home runs, 8 stolen bases, average of 296, on-base percentage of 386, slugging 447. Just really, really nice stats in
solid numbers,
the
but you can't make much out of that at the DSL level, right? As a 17-year-old or a 16-year-old, hard to say.
He didn't do anything to dissuade what you want to like in a player.
Yeah.
Let's end it at that. So in 2022, once again, he's 18 years old. He starts out in single A ball, 250 at bats, bats 324, on base percentage 373, slugged 600. So that's 12 home runs, and then added another 10 stolen bases on top of that. He gets promoted to A plus, has 127 at bats. His average set at 252, so it dipped pretty hard. On base percentage 317, slugged 488, still had 8 home runs, 4 stolen bases, struck out 31 times, had 32 hits. So we're in that zone that I like, and then had 11 walks. Milwaukee had enough confidence in that 252 average to just say, well, he's 18 years old, he's ready. Let's send him to AA and see what he's got. He got 23 plate appearances. He only had 2 hits in 23 plate appearances. He walked twice. He struck out 11 times. But at this point, he's 18 years old. He's in AA. So they think the world of him. He's got the stats before the 23 at-bats in AA. Ross, start gushing, my friend.
Okay, I'm going to start by saying this. Here at Scout the Statline, we are age to level truthers. And that's why this guy, in my estimation, is extremely talented and probably even underrated by Scout the Statline that's looking at the averages. Because when I look at his advancement through the minor leagues this year, and seeing that as an 18-year-old, he had success at high A. Can you think of the last 18-year-olds that accomplished that even played at that level?
Juan Soto.
Played at it successfully.
Juan Soto,
Wander Franco, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I mean, those are the kind of guys that he's in the company with. So we're talking about an incredible talent.
Yeah.
And it's gotten noticed enough that Baseball America has put him as their number 2 prospect. He's number 2 overall. Apparently he's a defensive whiz, and that's not even, we're not even calculating that into his numbers here. So he can hit with power. And the interesting thing about his 2022 season, because I keep an eye on these guys like a hawk early on in the season. And I was kind of thinking Edwin Arroyo was going to be the 18-year-old to break out ahead of Chourio. Early on in the season, he was putting together pretty solid numbers, but he had no home runs. And then once those home runs started coming, it was like the floodgates opened. And he was just crushing the ball until he got that promotion into high A. So he was really hot in high A when he first got there. He cooled a little bit, and I think he kind of cooled to finish the season out, playing way above his level for his age. I mean, he's facing 26-year-old pitchers with professional experience by the time he's getting
Yep.
into AAA. So really just kind of overmatched at that level, but he held his own. And I think that's pretty special. Now that I've said all of that, and I am a big supporter of Chourio, my personal rankings, I have him as the number 2 outfielder, just to say like how much of a fan I am of this guy. But I want to also now put a bit of a wet towel on top of that. He strikes out quite a bit. He doesn't walk very much. Those are things that I watch very closely. So there is some risk in how that translates to the major league level. He's going to have to learn to be a little more polished with his approach. The reason that I'm not super concerned with that is because of the comparables that I laid out. You know who another one of those guys is Fernando Tatis Jr. And he has a profile that's probably even more similar to Chourio, where he's not a guy that's working counts. He's just smashing the ball. And he's found a lot of success as a pro just smashing the ball, assuming that wasn't like PED driven or something like that.
Sure.
So let's talk comp. Jackson Chourio. Oh, another reason to love Jackson Chourio. His comp is Dale Murphy. He gets a Hall of Fame comp. I mean, we're going to talk about guys above him that have comps to like Ian Desmond and stuff. So why does he get Dale Murphy? I mean, I don't think our system is that advanced that it's sniffing out Hall of Fame talent, but there's something to say about that. 2-time MVP, led the league in home runs twice. Pretty awesome career. Long career too.
So we're talking about a MVP, Hall of
2-time
Fame,
MVP.
2-time MVP, Hall of Fame comp for Jackson. That's a big deal, guys. Another thing I'd like to say about Jackson Chourio, he's 18 years old once again. He's 6'1" and 165 pounds. He's got 40 pounds that he could pack into that body, and the power numbers could just completely skyrocket off the board.
Yeah.
He's just a kid.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and of course visit our website, scoutthestatline.com for more.